What's going on, everybody? Let's start this off by adding 3 cups or 375 grams of plain all-purpose flour into a large mixing bowl, along with 1 teaspoon or 4.5 grams of sea salt flakes and 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of baking powder. This will help our tortillas puff up. Then using a whisk, combine all of the ingredients. Once that's all mixed together, pour in 1/3 of a cup or 75 milliliters of olive oil and 1 cup or 250 milliliters of warm water. With a whisk again, mix all of the ingredients together until it forms a nice sticky dough. Just like that. Prepare yourself with half a cup or 65 grams of plain all-purpose flour, and using a small amount at a time, we're just going to lightly dust our bench and tip out the sticky dough. Then with any dough that may be stuck in your bowl, sprinkle in a small amount of flour and rub it into the stuck dough to remove it from the bowl. And then we can add this back into our dough. Lightly flour the top of the dough, and then we're going to knead this. All we're doing here is pushing through the dough, folding it back over on itself, and repeating. If you don't know, kneading obviously mixes the dough, but it also adds strength. The gliadin and glutenin proteins in flour expand, forming strands of gluten, which gives bread its texture. Anyway, we're going to knead this for roughly 4 minutes, adding a small amount of flour at a time, until the dough is nice and smooth and no longer sticky, but also not dry. So then once you have your nice and smooth dough, it's a good idea to weigh it. This weighs 712 grams, and we want to get 16 tortillas from this. So we're going to divide 712 by 16, and you get 44.5 grams. Yours might be slightly different, so just make sure you weigh it. Once you have 16 dough pieces, using your fingers, we're going to roll them in a circular motion, slowly bringing it into the palm of our hand, until you achieve a really nice and smooth ball. Once the balls are all rolled out, gently press them down to knock any excess air out of them. Cover them with a dry and clean tea towel and allow these to rest for 1 hour, and this will relax the gluten, making it easier to roll them. After 1 hour, remove the tea towel. Gently dust each side of the dough. Then using a rolling pin, roll these out between 7 to 8 inches in diameter, adding small amounts of flour if it becomes sticky. It's also good to rotate the dough to help achieve an even circle. Once done, an easy way to remove them from the bench is to carefully wrap them around a rolling pin and carefully lift up. Also, whilst we're rolling the other tortillas, place the already rolled out ones onto a dry, clean bench top, making sure not to overlap them, otherwise they will stick together and then we'll have some problems. Place a large skillet onto your stovetop over a medium heat and allow it to get nice and hot. Once hot, carefully place in 1 tortilla at a time, making sure that it doesn't fold over on itself, and we're going to cook this for 1 minute. After 1 minute, you'll notice some nice brown colour onto it. Flip it over and cook it for a further 20 seconds. You may have some darker spots on yours than what's on mine, but that's perfectly fine, just as long as it's not burnt. If your pan is getting too hot, just turn it down a little bit. After 1 minute on one side and 20 seconds on the other, remove it from the pan and place it onto a wire rack to cool down, and it's now okay to stack them, they won't stick. Halfway through the cooking process, you may end up with a bit of flour in the pan, just give it a wipe and continue cooking. Then once all of that's done, you should end up with some nice, flexible, durable and soft tortilla wraps. These wraps here are extremely versatile, you can pretty much use them for whatever you want, and also nothing beats homemade. Let's tear one up and give it a try. These tortillas have great flavour. They're really soft, fluffy, and it's what you fill them up with that makes them so special. This recipe can be halved to make less or doubled if you want more. These can be stored in a cool dark space or in your fridge for up to 1 week, or they can be frozen for up to 2 months. If you are going to freeze them though, make sure you place a piece of kitchen towel or parchment paper in between each one just to avoid them from sticking. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, this will really help my channel grow, and also consider subscribing to see hundreds of more fantastic recipes. Thanks for watching guys, stay safe and enjoy.